Hey everyone, Jengar here. So today we are taking a look at the Tempest Mark II in realistic battle. I'm gonna fly it out in 3 battles for you and we'll see what it can do, where its strings lie and all that jazz. I'll see you in the match. Hey guys, so here we are in the match. Now we climbed, the climb rate on the Tempest 2 is fantastic. It was one of the highest planes after the initial phase. Now what you want to keep in mind is this plane isn't at its best performance above 3,500 meters. The best performance this plane has is below 3,500 meters. It can be excellent there, maneuverability is good there. At the higher altitude it becomes a little bit more sluggish on the controls. But you still want to climb, right? I mean, as a boom and zoomer, this plane has a great top speed, energy in a dive, the acceleration is great, it is a heavy plane. And we're going for our first dive here. We've got throttle to 0, the weight will carry us down. This plane can hit up to 800 kilometers and still be in the white numbers. So it's no problem. I'm just trying to make a good approach here on this Bearcat. It also picks up speed rather quickly. So I want to be careful not to reach 800 before I get to my target here. Spitfire and a Bearcat. Accidentally flicked the guns there. Only lost 4 ammo though. Not too bad. So after this little loop we should get an approach on one of these guys. I haven't made up my mind yet. But here I see the Bearcat going for a nice gun solution here. 400 meters, we let loose. Critical hit. We shut off his wingtip. Spitfire made short work of my ally though. And I've got a P-47 and a P-51 coming in. So I'm 3.5 against 1 right now. Because the Bearcat he can't maneuver anymore, of course. I need to be a little bit careful here. But fortunately the speed this plane has in level flight and the energy retention it has there is great. I should be able to pull away from most of these guys, and I've got a little bit altitude left to go for a dive. I decide to use this little dive to close with the Bearcat and finish him off. I don't want him to be fallen to somebody else, let's say that. You never know. Short burst is enough there to finish him off. And I turn away from my opponents here. The Spitfire already turned off. And the P-47 is 3 kilometers away, we pulled away from him. Only the P-51 who came from high up and also has great dive speed could keep up with me. And I'm now in a low altitude maneuvering battle with him. And you'll see soon enough that I have the option, once he gets slow and loses his speed from his dive, that I have the option to pull away at any time. So we decide to do that here, as I am not sure I can get guns on target within the allotted time the P-47 needs to get on my 6. Because he was closing in as well, but look at that. We're just pulling away from the P-47, no problem. So he pulls off. The P-51 also has... Oh, he hasn't, he's still following, but I'm pulling away easily and I'm approaching our airfield, so he decides to turn off right here. So I take it up into a vertical loop. Get a little bit of altitude back. And then return. There's one Spitfire in the neighborhood from my team who is fighting them right now. And if I'm a little bit lucky, he will get me some shots on these 2 guys, as they will both be gunning for him. Now I'm already pulling up fairly quickly to the P-51. I wanted to go for the P-47, but I see the P-51 pulling up straight, and I can easily close a distance here and get a very easy kill there. My second kill. The P-47 here is turning in on me. And I should get gun solution on here very quickly, but unfortunately for me, the Spitfire gets him. But it's nice for him, of course. Oh, it's nice for him, yeah. Anyway, we decide to cool off the engine a little bit. You can abuse this engine quite a bit with web. And it takes a long time for it to overheat. Now at this moment there were 2 bombers left and 1 enemy Spitfire. The ones you saw me look at him earlier. So these 2 bombers are the other targets. We can climb a little bit, but we're going in search of the last fighter first. And then we'll take care of the bombers. So I'll see you when I find the fighter. So after following the B-24 for a long time, we saw this dot of the Spitfire and we decided to follow him instead. He makes a loop and we do get the kill in the head on. Our engine is a little bit damaged from that. So is our elevator on the left, but we still have control. We have an airfield on our right. There's only 2 bombers left in the match, but unfortunately right before I came back in to view here for you guys, our airfield was destroyed, unfortunately, ending the match prematurely. We got 3 kills, first place in the team. So here we go, let's see what we got for that. Almost 50,000 Silver Lions, 5,700 research points. Final blow, Terror of the Sky and Survivor. First of the team, nice match. Hey guys, here we are in the second match. We are diving on a 109, but somebody came from high up, a D13. We make a slight movement to the left and it makes it impossible for him to follow us. We had been climbing, of course, in this match, but we saw so many people on high altitude, and this plane is not the best plane on altitude. Its performance becomes less and less the higher you go. So we decided not to dish it out with a bunch of people on high altitude. And their planes are suited for high altitude and mine isn't. So decided to go down. We got this G10 here, down low and slow. We got him. And after this we decide to take the plane up in a slowly climbing spiral to the left. Try to get a little bit of altitude again and see where we end up. But we don't want to fight 190s and 109s above 4 km. That's just suicide in this plane. So here we are at the end of our spiral. There's only one 190 still up. He's fighting one of our allies there. And the rest of them went down on this group in the middle. I was out of view for them, so I could easily regain some altitude, and I'm now at cruising speed for me, at perfect fighting altitude for the Tempest II. And we're gonna see what we can do against these 109s here. We are trying to get the Spitfire here, and we're gonna try to save our ally. This 109 seems to be climbing in a rather straight line, so hopefully he can be an easy target for me. Yeah, he's coming up, straight up. So we take the lead and we put him on fire, get a critical hit in. We loop it over into the vertical, basically energy fighting. That's the 190 here. We're making a short dive on him. There's another 190 coming in, but he crashes. And I take my lead on the D13 here. Shoot him out of the sky for my 3rd kill. Nice, sweet match. Fast match, quick match. And a good showing of the altitude this plane can perform best at. That is between 0 and 3000 meters. Above that your plane becomes worse and worse. This is the scoreboard. 3 kills, 2 ground targets. Top of the team, first place. We get 68,000 Silver Lions and 7,700 research point. We get final blow, a decal, Terror of the Sky and bulletproof. Nice match. I'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, we're in the Saipan map. We're one of the highest planes. We're going for this Key 84. Who was fighting with some of our allies here. He's turning off. to avoid the F80. And we're coming in with our high dive speed. Hopefully for the kill as the F80 goes up. We're hoping the E84 will continue to go after him, but no, he makes a split S. And looks to be diving away, but actually he came back up. See if I would be stupid enough to follow him or make a wrong move. The F80 goes after him again and we go into a dive. Luftwaffe follows him this time and he goes up trying to get a shot. And this time I will get a shot with him and we destroy him. Now we go back into the vertical, although he does get me almost there. He did get some shots, I don't know how he did that. Maybe he was just stumbling around and shooting, I don't know. But always keep an eye on opponents you shot dead. Make sure you don't get into a gun solution for them. They're still able to kill you. N1K here, I make a mistake here. I go down while he was coming up. I didn't know he had that much energy. But the N1Ks are really good planes, so I should have thought about that. He gets me in the engine, but my engine's still running and I got his elevator. And he eventually goes down for my second kill.
Excellent.
Now there's the last N1K was shot down by somebody else there as well. And this Kika is left. Now you will face a lot of jets in this plane. As you saw a lot of jets in our team here. F-84s and F-80s. B-80s. There's a lot of stuff that you can that you can have on your team. And a lot of stuff that you can face like Ho-229s. And Me-262s and stuff like that. This Kika though will be shot by one of the jets and the match ends. I will get one ground target and then the match ends. So let's see the scoreboard. So here we have it. 2 air targets destroyed, 1 ground target destroyed. Second place in the team. We have almost, oh no, good 50,000 Silver Lions, 7,000 research points almost, anti-mech and final blow, second in the team. Nice match. Hey guys, so here we are after the match. After looking at this plane after quite a few matches, we can conclude that it has a lot of strengths, but it also has a few weaknesses. The climb rate on this thing is great, so initially in the match you can get up to high altitude, but you face a problem there because most of the fighters you face at that altitude have better maneuverability than you, perform better at that altitude. This plane has great maneuverability, but only below 3500 meters. Above that and this plane becomes more sluggish and more difficult to compete with. So you basically don't want to turn fight at that high altitude. What you can do is fly at a straight line and build up speed and boom and zoom planes at that altitude, but that's all you can do there. You don't want to maneuver there. Once you get down and you start boom and zooming on lower targets, but you do get surprised by higher targets, you can still probably outspeed them because this plane redlines only at 830 or something and it can sustain it for a little bit. So you can make planes that come dive on you wing rip, or you can shake them off, or you can even outpace them because of the high top speed. Other planes will have to put on the brakes, but you can continue in that dive even if you start at 4,000 and they start at 5,000. So that's a definite advantage in there. This plane has very strong wings, so I haven't seen them rip yet, so you can definitely pull some shenanigans at high speed. The maneuverability of this plane at its optimal altitude from around 3,000 meters downwards is great. You can do a lot of shenanigans and outmaneuver a lot of planes, surprisingly many planes with this thing. So to sum up the good points: great dive speed, great top speed, fantastic energy retention in level flight, and great guns, strong wings. You can do, and a good climb rate. You can do a lot of good stuff with this plane. Another downside to it is though that you face a lot of jets, you face a lot of Ho-229s, face a lot of Me-262s, Kikas, RY, yeah, well, those Japanese bomber fighter evil things. You will face a lot of jets, and But you can outturn them and you can definitely make it work. So yeah, enjoyable plane with good performance if you know where to use it. Hope you enjoyed. Hey, so I hope you enjoyed the video, that you learned something there. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video. You know, those likes really make a difference. Do leave me a comment. You know, I always look forward to the comments every day. And if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. I really love to have you aboard. Don't feel shy to leave me some comments. I always try to respond to them. So again, I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.